Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to this afternoon's show. We are live at the waterhole for the next 2 hours. My name is Kelly, and I'm going to be with you checking these fabulous cameras for the next couple of hours. It's 12:30 now on Sunday, the 18th of May. And I'm coming to you live and interactive. My favourite part of the next 2 hours is hearing from everyone that is watching out there. Firstly, thank you so much for spending some time with us on this fabulous Sunday. We can't wait to hear all your questions, so please send them through to wildearth.tv/questions, or you can scan the QR code. I always enjoy hearing from everyone, where you are, what you're up to, and anything you would like to ask. You are most welcome to join the conversation on X using the hashtag #WildEarth, or again, scan the QR code. Brilliant image of a giraffe with a warthog there. Please send your thoughts on said giraffe and warthog through via WhatsApp. That almost, I'm not sure if that was a little cross stamp from that giraffe there, or it was just flicking a fly off. Maybe giraffe was making a point. Two very strangely shaped animals here. But you are all very, very welcome. We appreciate your time and, of course, your input. Without you, the show would be very, very different. Gorgeous day here in that sunny Lowveld of South Africa. Beautiful temperatures, about 27 again today, 27, 28, absolutely stunning. Nice clear skies. This is a fantastic time of year. The vegetation is starting to die back. We're starting to see lots more things moving around. Same for these cameras, I would imagine. As the growth decreases and water becomes scarce, we're going to get vast amounts of activity on all of these cameras, would be my guess. Marco Casas, hello. Big fan trying to stay awake in Star Anakar. I'm not sure where that is. Star Anakar. You're very welcome, wherever it may be. Please try and stay awake. Although maybe it's Sunday afternoon here, maybe it's a good time. You can snooze off. Okay, someone has just reliably said it might be Santa Monica, California. Apologies for my lack of knowledge around abbreviations of places. If you would like to fall asleep, that's also fine. Joanne Mello, good Sunday, Wild Earth and Kelly. Good Sunday, Joanne Mello. Thank you for being here. Look at this warthog's having a good dig around there. This is why we don't want them on the lawn, really. Look, that is doing a fabulous excavation job there. Wow. Look at that one at the back. Yeah, I'm not going to lie, I have put a tiny little string around my very little piece of lawn because this is a perfect demonstration of that will be gone really quite quickly. Alex, nice Sunday all. Nice Sunday back at you, Alex. Thank you so much for being here. Nice little warthog family here. I'm sure this is probably a related family. They're doing some great work here. Look at those. Those moustaches are absolutely brilliant.
He is such a handsome young male. Look at that pose. Absolutely beautiful.
Wild Earth has launched a special fundraising drive for our non-profit, the Wild Earth Impact Foundation. We're raising funds to source, create, and showcase thousands of untold stories. Stories that spark real action in conservation and social impact. Visit our website to donate and explore how you can become a founding donor.
This is what they call a shambi, a family, a whole herd of elephants.
But nature is beyond amazing. Nature is just everything.
We'd love to hear from you. Questions, comments about biology, Africa, safari.
She's using her tail like a monkey.
Okay, Spas, you're asking, have I ever observed predators trying to catch a giraffe while drinking? Yes. I've seen lions take a run at a giraffe once, I think, without success. But there's certainly a reason that giraffes and all of the animals are so nervous when they come down to water, because they know everyone often sneaks and hides around the edges of water because everyone has to drink and everyone needs to go there. Erica, oh no, greetings from Cape Town and a sick household. Oh no, I'm so sorry, everyone is poorly. You need some animal medicine. Sit back, relax, keep hydrated. My mum always used to say, if you're sick, keep hydrated. You've been watching Tammy and the Cubs. Any updates about them? I haven't heard anything. I did briefly see them yesterday, but it wasn't a great visual. Someone did, I think someone on Chatters did update that one of the Cubs might have had a sore left eye or something, but I didn't see it. But rest assured that those Cubs and Tammy are going to be being very closely, well, they're being monitored by the whole world, but Hesk will be keeping a nice close eye on them. Elemental, hello, good evening. from Mundaring, Western Australia. I was thinking which side that's on. I've never been to Western Australia. I'd like to spend more time in Australia actually. I've only been once. I nearly went when I left New Zealand but sort of got sidetracked. I've only been to Australia once for like 12 days, which is nowhere near enough. But there's some great nature in Australia. I would love to. But yeah, Australia's big. You have to spend a lot of time to get some stuff covered there. But anyway, welcome Elemental. Yeah, Mercedes Bean, greetings. E crew and chatters, happy Sunday to you as well, Mercedes Bean. Spuss, it does look like there's some sort of duck there. I think I've seen red-billed teals, yellow-billed ducks, but yeah, it looks like there's some other water birds sort of in the background there. But this elephant is having an absolute blast. It looks like that little jacana as well walking. Looks like there's a little jacana walking almost directly in front of that elephant. Yeah, it looks like you're right. It does look like there's some... I think you do see white-faced whistling ducks at Tau as well. And it's quite tricky to get these. It's hard enough to identify birds when you're in the flesh with them with binoculars. And with my not brilliant resolution screen here, it's even harder. Oh, I'd like to hand in some homework. I do like taking on and handing in my homework because I'm a good girl. Ages ago, someone asked about interspecies learning. Can different species learn from one another? And I said, I think yes. My gut was saying yes all the way. But I've thought of a brilliant example. Let's go across to Roy's Dam. I think we've got a little baby something over there. I'm not sure what, so I'm as excited as you to find out. Let's go have a look and see what baby we've got across at Roy's Dam. My dad's name's Roy, but he definitely won't be listening. Roy's Dam. Who is this? Who do we have? Ah! Is that a teeny tiny hippo? Is that a little hippo? Oh, cute. That is very, very small. That is definitely a hippo, isn't it? It's difficult to... It feels weird seeing a hippo scrabbling around in the bushes. What's it doing? And where's Mum? I'm assuming Mum's not far. Oh, no, not far at all. There's Mum. Okay, that answers my question. My assumption was correct. But look how small that baby is when you see it next to Mum. What are you doing in the bushes there, little hippo? That's so cute. If you can hear me flicking through a book, it's because I am. I know how much baby hippos weigh when they're born, but it always stuns me. So I always have to check it before I say it, because it always feels wrong to me. So I'm going to double check it, because I do every time I say it. But look how cute that is. Like any babies, this little one is probably exploring. Yeah, this book, I normally say about 50 kilograms, 40 to 50 kilograms. This book I'm actually looking at now says between 22 and 55 kilograms. That's tiny. That's really, really small when baby hippos are born. And every time I second guess myself. Does anyone know when this baby hippo was... How long has this baby hippo been in here? Does anyone know? I would love to know how long this hippo's been here. Was it born here? Because it's often very difficult to... People often ask, how old is this baby hippo? And unless you sort of... You see it being born, it's very difficult to judge. For me, it's very difficult to judge the age of baby animals. All you can go on is sort of like roughly how big does it look. But these cameras give us the ability to be able to almost... Like Tammy with those cubs, we know exactly when they were born because we saw them. And it's a really good opportunity to study developmental stages of little ones. Sparse baby hippos are born in the water. They can also suckle in the water. But if anyone can tell me when this little one was first seen, whether or not someone saw it arrive, or did it walk in, or I'd love to know if this hippo is usually resident at this dam. Oh, look, it's bouncing up and down in the water. That's very, very cute to see this little one. And hopefully we'll be able to watch it grow up, which would be fabulous. Let's head across to Tembe. I think there might be elephants at Tembe, unless my guesswork is wrong. But let's go across to Tembe and have a look and see what we've got there. But very cool. Yay, elephants. But very cool, we've got that little one in Roy's Dam. And I think it would be great to keep a close eye and see how that young one grows. Yes, my homework, interspecies learning, and I said my gut tells me it would be. I was racking my brains to try and think of examples. But yes, interspecies learning is totally possible because we train dogs. And we train captive wildlife, and we teach animals to do things, and we are humans and they are animals. So it's a 100% clear indication that species can indeed learn from one another. I've been looking for... What are you doing? Having a little sit in the mud there. Oh, and has he got a stick as well? Oh, this elephant's having a blast. What's he doing? He's very relaxed there. Strange posture for an elephant.
This is an unbelievable afternoon.
My full name is Maxine Gaines. Most people that know me really well call me Max. I'm a mum. I have 2 boys. One is 16 years old and one is 14 years old. I'm a very, very proud mama of my 2 boys. I've just always been passionate about leopards. I'm passionate about their conservation. I'm just passionate about everything to do with leopards. I love them.
Chidzana na tsima ra ntumbuluko Dzovukazi ya xitsundzuxo hosi ya rhumela.
How cool is this?
Influences, environmental influences. But yeah, I think that elephant's pretty relaxed and is possibly not considering too much. Spas, I actually saw hippos mating a few weeks ago. So not super rare, and yes, male hippos will indeed fight, sometimes to the death, for breeding rights, as will many males. Again, it's resources, it's the drive to reproduce. Often you will only find aggressive behaviour or fighting if it's over food, water, or reproductive rights, breeding. Ivan, thanks for doing your homework. You love to learn things. I love to learn things too, Ivan. That's why I do it, and it's one of the things. I was looking at a little drink. It's one of the reasons I really enjoy this, because while I do spend quite a lot of time thinking random thoughts, especially nature-based ones, and especially canine behaviour ponderings, everyone out there that is thinking things and shares them with me, it gives me extra stuff to learn or ponder or understand or research. And it's one of my favourite things about the show. And it's why it's so important that everyone keeps those questions coming. I faithfully promise I will never make something up, because there's no point. Because everyone can just Google things. So if I don't know, and I've always said that to guests in my guiding career as part of my safety briefing, I always include it. I say I will not lie. I will not make things up. If I don't know something, I will tell you, and I will go away and find out, and I will come back to you with that information. And it's very important that you do. Occasionally, and that's why I make notes if I've got stuff, if I've got homework, because I will forget. For me, that's a very important part of guiding, is gaining trust in the people that you're with. People are often feeling vulnerable, and to be I'm not sure if anyone listening agrees with this or disagrees with it. Personally, I'm not one to, I'll have a laugh with people, but sometimes guides will tell guests something like how do giraffes escape predators by grabbing onto a branch and lifting their legs up. I don't say things like that. It is a bit of fun, but I find it makes people feel silly because people have put a lot of trust in you. They've put their lives in your hands, and they have complete, they have to have complete faith in what you're saying. And even if it is, just a bit of a laugh, to me it's a breach of trust with guests. So I personally don't do that. I know lots of people do, and that's also fine. But another very important part of building trust, in my opinion, with people is if you say you're going to do something, then you do it. So if I've ever forgotten anyone's homework, I apologise. But it's brilliant, Ivan, I agree. When we stop learning, if we stop learning, then what's the point? And anyone involved in nature or anything else that thinks they know it all, then it's time to stop. Dark Maid Lover, one of my favourite question askers. Good afternoon. And FC Mika, great to be here. It's great to have you. Thank you, Kelly, for being here. It's our fantastic Live with Auto show. It's an absolute pleasure. As I was just rambling, it's a pleasure for me to be here as well. It's a pleasure for those elephants to be there as well, by the looks of it. Bam! Other side? Are we doing the other side? No, we're doing underneath. Can we do the other side? Go on, do the other side. No, still doing the right hand side. Yeah, change sides. It's brilliant watching these elephants do this. Spasset is a lovely sighting of these. And impala, giraffe and impala and elephants here at Tenby Elephant Park. I always used to say when I was guiding full time, and I think most of us that do the show or are full-time guides will probably say something similar. There's something joyous about sharing nature with other people. And while when I was guiding full time, I would be with we used to work 42-day cycles, and I would be with people twice a day, 42 days out of, maybe that's an exaggeration, maybe 36, 37 days out of 42, I would be with someone on game drive twice a day, and it does get tiring, I'm not going to lie, but I do enjoy sharing things with people. And what many of us, I actually did it yesterday. I walked somewhere to feed someone's cats yesterday, and I walked through the bush rather than walking through the other way, and I actually took ages. It was about 600 metres, and I walked out through the bush, along a game path, along a dirt road, and it took me like 25 minutes because there was some bugs and there was something rustling, and most of us will do that all day long. But I've walked the same route with someone else, and we spent ages watching a day's solitude dig a hole. And there's something really special about sharing with other people. So I actually do miss being out on game drive with guests a lot of the time, and hopefully I will do some more of that. Because the joy shared is a joy multiplied. I don't think that's a saying, I just made it up. There's another one going down like that. Oh, okay. Thank you, FC. I would love to go back across to Roy's Pan and have a. Oh, although that's quite cool. I know. Let's go back and have another look at that baby hippo. I think at Roy's. Although I would love to watch this sleeping elephant, but we don't often get chance to see baby hippos out the water. So let's have another look at that baby. You're gorgeous too, Mr. Elephant. Sorry. Show her little pink ears, little hippo. Ah, look. I actually saw a very small hippo a few weeks ago. Same day we saw mating hippos, and it was a cow, and we think she had two babies with her, but one was tiny like this, and the other one was bigger. And the larger of the two, so it's one was from a previous pregnancy, and then she still had the young one with her, and then there was a tiny one. And the bigger of the two youngsters was covered in scratch marks. Covered. So I don't know if she'd been trying to shoo him away to make space for her new little one. That's so cute. I've never seen a young hippo sort of playing in undergrowth like this. So young hippos only really start grazing around about 4 or 5 months. Weaned by about 8 months, 8 or 9 months, but again it varies slightly. It's not at 7 months and 28 days they stop. There's always some variation to these, and again it could be resource based. If there's lots of nutrition in the grass, then baby will stop suckling earlier. These little ones, they're some predators will try and take baby hippos. I have seen clips of lions trying to hunt baby hippos, but mum is often very close by, and yeah, there's not much that's going to get through a protective mother hippo. I certainly wouldn't be trying. But often one of the risks to these babies is being squashed by other hippos. Often, if Spas asked earlier, do male hippos fight for breeding? Absolutely. And if there's scuffles or skirmishes in the water, if little one isn't careful, it can end badly for them. But this little guy is playing to me. Look, he's exploring, he's investigating. Oh, okay, I'm having feedback that this baby was first seen yesterday. Wow, I wonder if it's like, I would love to know if mum was in there on her own and then suddenly there was a baby. But this to me looks too able to have, I mean, look, it's standing and walking quite well, playing. My gut tells me it's older than yesterday. I could be wrong. Always happy for correction. Animal lover, you're asking if baby hippos suckle in or out the water. Very much in the water. They will, they're programmed to suckle. They can seal their mouths, but they will still pop up and down for breaths once in a while. Candy, hello Candy. Thank you so much for joining us. You learn so much from this channel, just enjoying the elephants being elephants. Brilliant. Thank you. Yeah, there's so much to learn from nature. It's so nice just to sit and watch and spend time and observe. The best way to learn is to observe, in my opinion. Do a bit of reading around what you might be seeing. But the longer around I am, the more I realise how much you can learn. Have some knowledge, try and have some understanding of what's happening, and then watch and pad that knowledge out. One of the Zoomy, Bundu, thank you very much, Bundu. Mum hippo seems to constantly usher the baby there. That's interesting. That's really interesting because I've said it a couple of times, I don't normally see babies in thickets like this. So I wonder what's going on. Maybe this baby was born yesterday. I'm not sure. It just looks quite competent for a newborn, but I could be completely wrong. Maybe it was only born yesterday, and maybe she's ushering it there while it finds its feet a little bit more. So it doesn't have to worry too much about remembering to breathe, so to speak. Maybe it was born yesterday, and maybe she has got it up on that sort of platform, not platform, but that sort of bit out the water a bit, while it gets a little bit stronger. Oh, okay, we're also getting a... Oh, there we go, it's all coming out now. Mum appeared with baby. Right, so baby wasn't born yesterday that we know of, and there's crocodile there. All makes complete sense. She's keeping that baby away from the crocodile. Wow, and see, and this is exactly what I just said by observing. Thank you very much, Zoomies, for your fabulous and invaluable feedback. That all makes complete sense just by watching. If someone had asked me, will a mother hippo shield its baby from a crocodile? I'd say, I don't know. But on watching this, yes, I think that's probably exactly what's happening. That baby's probably desperate to go and play. She's like, no, stay in the bushes over there.
Zitatsama na wena, moya wa mina, ukomba wena, takuranza loko tsama na wena.
It's been a great morning out and about and exploring.
That is amazing. It's very hard to explain what this feels like.
Full name is Maxine Gaines. Best part of the job, gosh, I just love everything about guiding. I love being able to observe animal behavior and animals behaving naturally. So for me, that's by far the best part of the job. And so what we do here at Wild Earth is develop those connections with the people that are viewing, and maybe just light a little spark that says, you know what, I want to be involved in protecting this ecosystem.
Hyenas love bathing.
Are you ready for the adventure of a lifetime? Wild Earth Travel's newsletter is your passport to a magical journey. Explore exclusive travel options featuring special offers and at stunning Wild Earth locations and all hosted by your favorite presenters. Don't miss out. Head over to our website and subscribe to the Wild Earth Travel newsletter today and stay in the know on all our unforgettable adventures. Wild Earth Travel, where Africa comes alive.
Do we know where it is or how big it is? I'd be interested to know that. But no, I think that's exactly what's happening here. She'll be well aware that there's a crocodile in there. Let's go over to Founders quickly. I think we've got something exciting there. We've got our little baby rhino, but that is buzzing a little bit, so I'm just going to turn that down. Look at little guy. I think this is the... Is this the little egg we saw yesterday? That's very cute. This little one met with 2 other rhinos yesterday. There was those 2 other juvenile, big youngsters yesterday. They were having a drink, and I think this little one, they were interacting very gently and very nicely. Although, can anyone help me? Is there, how many females with young calves like this do we see at Founders? Because I seem to remember yesterday that the female had a notch in her right, our left ear, and I see she's got notches in her ear closest to the baby, but nothing on the other side. Can anyone tell me how many females we know here with youngsters like this? Because I'm sure that female I saw yesterday was notched. Go on, get that little nose in there. That is very cute. See that tiny little horn starting. Tuckman love it. Wow, rhino mum and calf. They do, they look absolutely beautiful. I always really enjoy the light here at Founders. I don't know if it's the camera that always gives this amazing soft golden light, but it's stunning, this light at the Founders Lodge in the Eastern Cape. This camera is amazing. Jean, you are asking, what are the current biggest threats to wildlife conservation? Wow. How long have you got? We've got an hour and 15 minutes left. Short version, humans. Is a sleepy baby. That would be the very short version. Habitat loss, I think, in my opinion. There's many other things that threaten conservation, and they are different in different parts of the world. I'm not sure if anyone heard about that horrific incident recently where lots of vultures were poisoned. That was absolutely terrible. There's lots of specific sort of, like poisoning or snaring or lots of terrible things that happen in conservation, but in the top end, in my opinion, is human activity, and the overarching problem from that is, again, short version, is habitat loss. In my opinion, everyone has different opinions, but the animals are just running out of space. And by space, I don't just mean places to walk. Human habitation is encroaching on their food requirements, their migratory requirements, their resource availability. It's a huge overarching problem, I think. Becky Bishop, you and your partner are watching this with the biggest smiles on your faces, and so you should be. Make those smiles even bigger. There is something very, very special about baby rhinos. Wow, well, growing up, everything is like, look at this little splash, splash, splash. I was kicking a bed. Alex, they do look dino-ish, dinosaur-ish. They do, a bit, but I think someone asked me a while ago if they were related to dinosaurs, and I think, if I recall, I went away and did my homework, and the answer was no. But they look prehistoric. They look unchanged, and there's something very prehistoric about them. Kaz, you're asking, can I tell the sex of this little cutie? I nearly got a try there. I think it's a little boy. And yeah, there is a dangly bit underneath that belly. I've been fooled by dangly bits under bellies before. Cows can get quite big folds of skin under there when it comes to rhinos, but I'm looking under that little one's tail, and if it's a little boy, there'll be less visible under that tail than if it's a little girl. So I think it's probably a little boy, Kaz, but don't quote me on it. But that's what I'm looking for. Ivan, you're asking, are bush animals restricted in any way by their environment, and can they overcome these restrictions? If you mean, I'm going to take it in a very broad way. Yes, they are. Are bush animals restricted in any way by their environment? Yes. If they've got, if they run out of food, that is a restriction in their environment. If there's, look at the little guy. If there's drought, or there's no food, or there's no water, that is a restriction. So they have to, it's normally moving. They normally have to go somewhere else and look for additional resources. And that is the perfect demonstration of why habitat destruction can be a problem, because if there's people everywhere and they run out of food where they are, then they've got nowhere left to go. Dark Main Lover, it really is stunning lighting, and it often is at this Founders Lodge, and you're saying thank you to the Zoomers as well. I concur and echo this thanks. They do an absolutely amazing job. But this rider's just going to lie there and go to sleep now. That's awesome. But no, I concur, Dark Main Lover. Zoomies, thank you. Thank you, thank you. You all do an amazing job, and you are appreciated and you are seen. Leopard Lover, I am going to comment this. It is quite not sensitive. It breaks your heart when why people want to kill an animal. We need more education for rural areas with better management and alternative solution. Death isn't the answer. I agree with you. And I don't necessarily, it's broad, and I'm not sure if I should comment on it really, but I'm gonna. It's not just education about animals, I don't think. It's as a whole. It's living conditions, and am I going to say this might be a little bit controversial? No, I'm not. I agree with you. Dark Main Lover, that is so terrible. It was a terrible incident that happened quite not too far from here. If you have a look online. They have released, they've recovered and released. I think they brought back 84 vultures for rehabilitation, and I think they've already released like 20 of those. If you have a look online, there's lots of information online about it at the moment. Terrible, terrible situation. Okay. Thank you, Bundu. You're a star today. So there's two mums with small rhino calves. Margaret and Mandy. Mandy with no bracelet and Margaret with the bracelet. And then I think a mum with an older calf. Okay, thank you very much for these identifications. I'm sure the cow I saw yesterday with the calf was notched. So have you got a bracelet? I think I do see a bracelet there. So this could well be, if there's a bracelet on her front leg, which is probably it's either a tracking collar, or I also know of, but I'm not sure if it's happened here. It could be like a location device. And the project I saw quite some years ago is related to chips in horns that were linked to tracking bracelets. See, thank you very much, Mandy, leopard lover. I don't know whether you got to be so careful about what you say. I'm going to say it. To me, it's about education as a whole and raising living standards as a whole. You going, Mum? And the example I often use with guests. So you are currently all my guests, so I will use the same example with you. FC's probably thinking, goodness, what's she going to say? The example I always use was when it comes to poaching, and shame these little ones have gone now. If it comes to poaching, it's horrendous. We all know it's horrendous, and it shouldn't happen. However, if you place yourself in a situation and you are in one of the rural communities around a reserve, and someone offers you, you've got four children, you don't have enough money to feed them, and someone offers you a year's salary to phone this number if you see a rhino, are you going to do it? If that family had an alternative means of providing for their family, are they less likely to do it? That's the example I normally use, and it's just something to think about. There are different perspectives from every area. It's just another way of thinking of it, and if people had better levels of education or conditions of living, would things like poaching be less likely? Wow, hi. Welcome to the party, baboon. Straight in there for a drink. I think I'd like to see if any more baboons are going to turn up. I really enjoy watching baboons, actually. Leopard lover, it's a pleasure. I aim to educate, and I'm all for. I will fight for nature with the best of them. I will fight for animals with the best of them. But I like to try and educate everyone or people on more perspectives and more trains of thought than they might have had before. Okay, that was a quick in and out from our baboon. It looks like that.
For years, we've shared virtual wildlife. Now, let's experience it for real. I'm Lauren Arthur, and I'd love to show you my amazing home here in the Greater Kruger of South Africa. This 5-night journey is an exclusive connection to my piece of untamed Africa. I live here in these gorgeous landscapes surrounded by epic wildlife. The wild is calling, so come and join me.
At Wild Earth, we believe every story has the power to create change. That's why we've launched the Wild Earth Impact Foundation, a non-profit dedicated to conservation and social impact. By showcasing conservation stories, we can change lives, protect nature, and empower communities. We have partnered with Empowers Africa to accept tax-deductible donations from US donors. Your donation will help fund critical programs that support our mission. Join us and be part of the change. Step into the heart of Africa from the comfort of your home.
Female leopard tracks over here.
Join our expert guides for a live 3-hour safari where every moment is real, unscripted, and unforgettable. Ask questions.
Animals rely on their senses.
Share your thoughts and be part of the experience as we explore together. Safari Live.
Oh, those faces are getting cuter by the minute, I think. Leopard lover, she is indeed a very, very proud Mama Jive Bunny. Where have you been? I hope you've got an excellent excuse as to why you're late for the show. Maybe you should do some lions. Baby cheetahs are cute. 100 times. Some great feedback coming from that tricky discussion we just had. Erica Oldknow, the only way to go is to uplift those around the reserves and empower those with community-led in conservation. And Lady Macbeth, it's difficult. It's really difficult to know what to say or how to say it sometimes. We all know the comebacks that can come from saying things these days in social media, and everyone has to be very careful. But it is things to think about. Jive Bunny, in Borneo we were told not to judge harshly a family agreeing to sell their land for palm trees for money, even though they called habitat loss for orangutans. They need to feed their family. Yeah, it's a tough one. It is a tough one. I'm not going to say any more about it for now. But it's very, very hard. But these cheetahs are very, very cute. Look at them all snuggled. I don't know if anyone's managed to get any sexes on these youngsters yet. Maybe not. I'm not actually sure how long. I'm assuming they've. I mean, she gave birth outside. Did she take them inside? I don't even know. And she's obviously gone out. I wonder when those little ones will go outside, because I'm not sure even how big that box is. Box? Room? I don't know, whatever you want to call it. I know predators or leopards for sure will definitely move. They'll move their cubs if they need to or they want to. But she's got no need to pick them up, take them outside. So I'm going to be very interested to watch how this develops, to see. little ones make an appearance into the rest of the world. They are definitely getting more mobile though. Diane's saying that they've grown. They have indeed grown. They are growing quickly. And we might even start seeing some characters developing soon. It's often you will have one that is a bit braver, one that's a bit less brave. It will be great to watch these little ones grow and develop. Oh, Erica, really? Huh. You think you've seen the cubs starting to groom each other? I suppose it would start quite young, wouldn't it? It's all part of forming bonds. And oh yeah, Jive Bunny, you're also updating me. The cubs were outside with there last night. Oh wow. Huh. So they've been out already. These cubs they're like 2.5 weeks. How interesting. Oh, look, is it going to go out? They followed her out. Wow, they don't look like they would be particularly competent yet. But they clearly are. Maybe she's not feeling... I mean, the fact that she gave birth outside tells us already that she's very comfortable in her environment. But maybe she called them out. Often young... I've not really watched young cheetahs, but young lions and young leopards, mum will call to get her cubs to come to her. So maybe she called them out, maybe they're just exploring and they went out, but I would imagine she probably would have called them out. See, it surprises me that they managed to go outside so early. Yeah, I'm fairly sure that... Can someone give me a date of birth? I often lose track and concept of time. I feel like these cubs are probably like 16, 17 days now. Fabulous Zoomies, or FC. What was their actual date of birth? And I'm going to write it down this time. Looks like they've probably had quite an active morning. Yeah, but I feel like they're about... Oh, okay, I've got an update. 30th of April. Okay, so I'm pretty much spot on. I'm going to write this down. So 2 on the 30th of April, and the other 2 possibly very, very close or thereabouts to the 30th of April. I'm going to make a note of it. Thank you, Dark Main Lover. I have actually taken a proper note of it this time. So we know exactly how old they are, which is fabulous. We can watch how they grow, how they develop. There are very clear, people have been studying cats, even big cats, domestic cats for a long time, and there's often very clear timelines around developmental stages of different animals. 1, 2, 3. I actually had to format developmental stages of oh hi Mum, she's back, of dogs and cats as part of my studying, but I've forgotten the exact numbers. Look at that beautiful girl. You've been out in the sunshine, girlie. Okay, cubs born in a zoo opened their eyes at 10 days, could walk by day 16, and got their milk teeth at 20 days. Okay, so we are pretty much bang on. I know we're a bit over that 16 days, about 19 days. These little ones now, so they can indeed walk because they followed her outside. So those figures look pretty clear. This is from my wildlife book as opposed to my feline behaviour background, which I must admit I am a little bit rusty with. That was cute. She just came in to check up on them, I think.
We have just had our efforts paid off.
South Africa's wild places are closer than you think, because Federal Airlines brings them to you. From the calm of our FedAir lounge to the smooth boarding of our trusted fleet, we take care of the journey so you can enjoy the adventure. Our flights go beyond the ordinary, connecting you to South Africa's most remote and extraordinary locations. Federal Airlines, your gateway to the South African wild.
Do you want to know why impala are the most common antelope we find here in the Kruger National Park? You can ask me questions like this in real time. Our safaris are live and interactive here in the heart of Africa. Join me on Safari Live. Connect with nature.
But I was in the wrong place. I think let's head across to Jackie's. I would love to have a look. I think we've got a lovely eagle there across at Jackie's. Erica, I think female cheetahs do sometimes eat their cubs' scat for cleanliness and odour reduction. Ah, look at that. That is indeed a stunning... Oh, look at that screenshot. Come on, give us your face. No, don't fly, don't fly, don't fly. Come on, turn a bit, turn a bit. Yo, that is stunning. Look at that. Screen grab that, guys. I don't think I've got a photo that good of a brown snake eagle. Look at that looking on. They say eagle eyes. Vision of this bird is absolutely insane. They've got much better vision. Than many, many animals out there. Becky Bishop, the light does make it look really majestic there. Moonbeam Smith, its head seems a tad large for its body. It's containing all that eye. Their eyeballs are huge in these eagles. And look, this is such a nice image of look how you can see those the featherless legs on this snake eagle. One of the key look, trying to get that binocular vision locked onto something, like focusing. I've got a projector and I push a button and it refocuses. I'm sure that's what this eagle's doing. Just moving its head around, trying to refocus on something. I think I'm going to stay here a little bit longer and watch this snake eagle, because it's not often we get a chance to really look at these raptors. Look at these talons, these feet for grabbing, those those legs without feathers on. I clearly can't say the word featherless. And it's said that it's to help with, they're called snake eagles. Battalias are also in the snake eagle family. If you have a look at battalias, they come from the same sort of group. So we have the black-chested snake eagle, the brown snake eagle, and that battalia. They do hunt things other than snakes. But Moonbeam Smith, I know, right? It's the balance, and this is such a great image of this snake eagle. And I read something about brown snake eagles a while ago, but I'm going to check it. I read lots of things on lots of topics, and I don't retain all of them, but I know some of them really stand out for me, so let me check. Yes, I was right. They do mainly eat snakes, and a very reliable bird resource states clearly they will also eat mambas up to 2.5 meters in length. What? Now this bird is It's 74 centimetres. So yeah, I remember reading that, including numbers up to 2.5 metres in length. I don't know. Oh wow, massive wasp has just flown in here. If you hear lots of banging and crashing, it's because I'm trying to escape a wasp, but hopefully it's not even a wasp. What is that? That is a massive mud wasp. Anyway, sidetracked. So yeah, if I suddenly crash, bang and disappear, it's because I'm trying to evade a rather large stinging insect that's just entered the room. But I couldn't believe it when I read that. This isn't. It's a well-sized raptor. It's not, you know, it's not as big as a Marshall. But real experts in hunting snakes, and those solid scaled legs will help prevent snake bites when they are hunting these crazy snakes. Wildlife Lady, it is very, very cool to be able to have such a long look at such a fabulous bird, because even photographers, they never. Oh, are we going to leave? Okay, it's balancing. It's grasping that. It's grasping that branch, just balancing there beautifully. And the light is stunning as well. I know they say that vultures could see a digital watch from 1 kilometre up. I'm pretty sure many of these other eagles have equally impressive vision. But look how sharp that beak is. Quite slight. It was a great shout from FC. They actually told me there was a nice view of a brown snake eagle. Good shout on the identification, FC, whoever's in there. They're quite a good way of spotting a brown snake eagle if you've just got a silhouette. They do like standing high on top of things like this. Very upright position. They do have a little bit of a ruffle on the top of their heads. Not quite a crest, but you watch if he turns sideways again. If he turns sideways again, there's a little bit of a crest. But very upright. They like to stand on the top of sticks and things. And very upright posture. It looks like they've had excellent posture lessons, these birds. See that crest? Nice view of that crest. Wahlbergs is another one of the eagles that's known to have a crest, but the Wahlbergs have gone now. They've migrated back to their summer homes. Still got a really large wasp in here with me. I can hear it somewhere. If you could just excuse me for like 10 seconds, I'm just going to let this wasp out the window because it's struggling. I will be back. Give me 10 seconds.
My name is Amy, and today we're going to be doing things a little bit differently.
Every guide in Africa has been on an endless quest the ultimate bush wear. Until now. Rugged Wear has a huge range of amazing bush gear for every wild situation. In the midday heat, those chilly winter mornings, in the storms of summer. Rugged Wear has the bush kit for every wild occasion. Locally made in South Africa, crafted with precision, stitched with quality.
Would you like to know the difference between a male and female wildebeest? You can ask me questions like this in real time. Our safaris are live and interactive here in the heart of Africa. Join me on Safari Live and connect with nature.
Join our expert guides at dawn for a live, immersive safari as the bush comes to life.
Found ourselves a chameleon, and look how he's changed color.
Every sunrise brings new discoveries.
Pound for pound, a leopard is one of the strongest cats around.
Ask questions, share your thoughts, and connect with nature live and in real time.
Great excitement, great happiness.
Start your day with adventure.
Out here, every wild moment counts, and as a Wild Earth explorer, you won't miss a thing.
Incredible.
Watch the Wild Earth channel ad-free 24/7 and rewind if you want to catch something again. Enjoy behind-the-scenes videos, fireside chats, and early access to travel offers. The best way to stay connected and be part of the Wild Earth family.
If we've got any bird migratory ecologists listening, please send your comments through on WhatsApp on +277 886 30 2336, because I didn't come up with an answer, Billy. Your thoughts? Moonbeam Smith, you're saying impressive claw control, readjusted and didn't move a feather. Others might use wing movement to balance, but not this guy. I know, this is a very, very cool sighting. Anyone that's just joined us, this is a brown snake. Ooh, was that something just... I would imagine that was, if he was being mobbed by something, it's normally a fork-tailed drongo. But let's see if this mob attack comes back. It's regularly fork-tailed drongos that mob these raptors because they don't want them there. Look at that, look at that. I'm going to take a picture of this. This is stunning. You watch, it will fly now. This is my favourite sighting for a while. So these brown snake eagles, they can live possibly more than 7 years. It's often hard to study lifespans of birds unless they're ringed and studied whether or not there's any records of ringed birds. There's not actually that much known about these movements. Can be nomadic. Okay, there is a record of one of these birds flying from the northwest of South Africa over 2,000 kilometres to the DRC. Do they migrate? Technically no. Did it fly 2,000 kilometres? Yes. The very reliable resource actually says movements little known. Yeah, anyone out there that would like to help me with Billy's excellent question, why do brown snake eagles not migrate? I had a long conversation a while ago with someone trying to work this out, why some do and some don't. Migration is temperature based, breeding based, resource based, but why some do and some don't, we didn't reach a conclusion. So if you could send us in your thoughts on why you think some birds migrate and some don't, I would be all ears. Animals move to manage resources or to acquire resources. That's how it works. But when you've got one type of brown eagle here that has talons and hunts and stays, and another one that has talons and hunts that goes, maybe nature's just so clever that it would know that not all the birds could stay, so some of them have to go elsewhere. Wouldn't surprise me. Nature's very, very clever. Jive Bunny, yes, this snake eagle does like this vantage point, and they are actually known for standing on top of things. If you're ever driving and you see, I don't know what that noise is, you ever see a bird with this very, very upright, proud posture, almost looks like someone's gone, stand up straight, shoulders back. I don't know what that noise is. Then it's quite possibly a brown snake eagle if it stood on top of something very, very upright. Erica, oh no, it moves its head like an owl. It does. It's crazy. Katleko Semengo, yes, very peaceful here today, and I'm actually really enjoying this sighting. I'm going to shush for a little bit and let you enjoy it as well in some peace. I've got no idea what that noise is. Moonbeam Smith, I'm loving your thought process. Question that needs to be asked is, did it once migrate, or has it always been a stay-at-home bird? I don't know. It does actually say there is little known about its movements. Wild Gal asking, are snake eagles monogamous? Probably is what my reliable resource says. It doesn't sound like there's actually too much known about these birds, to be honest. Erica, oh no. You're saying they must be flexible according to climatic conditions. There has been more records of some known migratory birds not migrating. I can't think of any examples off the top of my head, but we are starting to see idiosyncrasies. So I'm with you. Dark Man Lover, you think birds that migrate aren't happy with the resources so they go looking for them elsewhere, and birds that don't migrate are just happy to stay local and be happy with what's available. That sort of makes sense to me. It's what I say to dog clients is animals do what they do because of how they feel, either physically or emotionally. And physically would be the lack of food, pain, discomfort, those sorts of things. And there's a reason. Animals do things for reasons. and they're not to be spiteful or anything like that. So birds that migrate will be migrating for a reason, and the only reason, now I'm starting to think about salmon. We all know those salmon swim hectic distances. Oh, it's going to get mobbed. It's going to get mobbed. To spawn, and that's ingrained in them. Could they spawn elsewhere? Probably, but it's a innate drive. Maybe. Wow, so many questions and I've got no answers. How to get from brown snake eagles to salmon in one short leap. Moonbeam Smith, there we go. Thank you very much for helping me with an example. Geese in Canada used to migrate south, but as the winters have been warming up, we see large numbers of them staying behind and not going as far south. Thank you very much for demonstrating my point that I could not. Alex, migrating weather makes sense usually. These are all such brilliant questions, and see what you've sparked. See what you've sparked, Billy. I don't remember from hearing from you too often, but you've sparked an entire debate on animal-based resource use and migratory habits. I'm waiting to see. Another reason I'm staying here is I'm hoping that one of these birds is going to come in. Well, not hoping, shame. I'm waiting to see if one of these birds that are clearly thinking about mobbing this brown snake eagle are going to come in and smack him on the head. So these brown snake eagles, they often hunt from a perch. So he's probably hunting. He's looking every time he readjusts his head. He's maybe refocusing on something. Maybe he sees movement. He's moving that head to get a better lock on something to see if it's potential prey. See now, is there anyone watching that says to themselves, oh no, I'm not a birder? If you are still watching and you say you're not a birder, you may need to reconsider your statement, because this is what birding's about. And so rare that we get this opportunity. Is he going to go? Is he going to go? Is he going to go? Look at that movement. Oh, the foot's up, the foot's up. No, that foot's closed again. Oh, the excitement is palpable. He's watching those other birds flying around. Now we've got another comment come through from someone. I do not like birds at all, but still find them scary, but they're beautiful, and you understand why people go birding, and it's very entertaining. thank you very much for your comment. It is very entertaining. And it can be very frustrating. I can find birding very frustrating, because they don't. You try and work out what something is, and then it's gone. But I'm absolutely absorbed in this brown snake eagle's life now. Have we ever? I think I'm going to start paying more attention to see if we can't see this brown snake eagle again, because raptors are often, if not strictly territorial by the naming of the word, often frequent similar areas. So we might have seen this brown snake eagle before, and we might see him again. Moonbeam Smith, I wonder if part of his perch is also to let the competitors know that he's there, to stay away, and this is my patch. This is exactly brilliant. I said what I said before I even read that. Wow, it's like we're in tune. If you could just carry on supporting me in what I'm saying, that would be super helpful, Moonbeam Smith. Sugar Bits, you're saying, and he's gone. Oh, and everyone's upset. Listen to all those squirrels shout. Sugar Bits, you're an animaler. You love the animals. That was awesome. Can we just stay here for like another 1 minute? I just want to see if he's jumped off to catch a snake and then comes back to eat it on that perch. Just give me 1 more minute here. I know it's now a dead tree. And not much else. But what these raptors will often do, if they see something, they will dive, they will catch, and then they will take that prey back up to their perch. I'd love to know what is going wow as well. If we could work that out, that would be great. Wow. Wildlife lady, you're also lucky to see this. Wonderful. That was a very, very cool sighting. That almost, if I'm honest, that to me sounds like a baby lion. Don't get too excited, everyone. I'm not suggesting we're going to see a baby lion. But I can't think of what else. I honestly don't know what's made. That's not a hippo. Is it the camera? What's that in the water? I don't think. That looked like a fish. What's that? Is that a hippo or a crocodile? Erica, oh no, everything we do as humans affects these creatures. They never asked for it. No, they did not. Right, okay, that's a hippo. That's not a hippo making that noise. Birding at Jackie's is great. Lots of weaver nests and cool birds around. Sugar Bits, how long does it take birds to learn to balance in tree limbs? Quite a long time, but not too long. Fledglings, you often see fledgling birds. They will, you find them on the floor, but they have to pick it up quite quickly. Often these perching birds and passerines, they have to work out how to balance quite quick. There's a hammock up there, or they'll get eaten. We should not have any baby lions around. You think it might be a bird? Nadine, is that coming from you or someone else? Dive Bunny, also wondering what that background sound is too. That's the weirdest noise. Okay, let's go. Let's go and have a look. We've got some baboons at Founders. Sorry, I was leaning away from the mic then. I also really enjoy watching baboons. So let's go and have a look at those baboons at Founders. but I can't think of what that noise is. To me, all I can think of is the camera. It's something mechanical, because birds don't make noises like that. I can't think of any bird that would make a noise like that. Maybe we were too slow for the baboons because I was too busy trying to work out what the noise was. Oh, okay, there we go. We're here. Where's these baboons? Ah, I like watching baboons. There's something else coming that's making those baboons move. We had a photo bomb for a baboon in here earlier. It's just a big man, and he ran in and had a drink and ran off again. Ah, look, zoom. Get a screen grab of that. That is so good. We're having some lovely sightings now. Look at that little one sat on that rock.
Experience the magic of the wild on an unforgettable 4-night safari at Mabula Nature Reserve, hosted by the one and only Stephen Falconbridge. With Steve as your private guide, you'll gain incredible insights into Africa's wildlife, leaving with knowledge and memories to last a lifetime. Get hands-on with conservation, track elusive cheetahs, and even take to the skies on a hot air balloon ride. Wild Earth Travel, where Africa comes alive. The Wild Earth Impact Foundation is a non-profit that uses the power of wildlife storytelling as a force for good. We create sustainable development projects that showcase conservation stories, empower people, and inspire environmental action. As a registered South African PBO, you can make a tax-deductible donation to the Wild Earth Impact Foundation. To find out more, visit our website. Join our expert guides at dawn for a live, immersive safari as the bush comes to life.
Found ourselves a chameleon, and look how he's changed color.
Every sunrise brings new discoveries.
Pound for pound, a leopard is one of the strongest cats around.
Ask questions, share your thoughts, and connect with nature, live and in real time.
Great excitement, great happiness.
Start your day with adventure.
Who look much more relaxed at the water, but these guys do look like they're a bit sort of not super comfortable. Jeff, the sound you believe was an abbreviated call of a hammercock. That was that screeching sound. Interesting, Jeff. I'm absolutely not discounting that at all. I'm gonna check and see if there's. If you've heard that before, then I take that on good authority. I haven't. I'm going to try and get into my bird app and see if that call's recorded on there, but that would be great knowledge if that was right, because I never would have worked that out. Super Mongoose. Brilliant name. Hi, Super Mongoose. Welcome to the party. You once heard... I've got a story like yours. You once heard a fledgling Varro's owl making similar sound to that, begging for food, but don't think it's the right time of year for young owls. I've heard was it a Varro's or spotted eagle owl. I think it was also a Varro's eagle owl. And I chased this owl around an estate for weeks. I would go and sit at a particular point in a particular area, and it was a really weird noise, and it took me ages and ages and ages to work it out. But it also turned out to be a young owl that was also begging for food. But Jeff, I'm absolutely not discounting that at all. I tell you what, Jeff, I'm going to put that as homework. You've given me my first homework for the day. Research hammer crop secondary calls. Hold on, let's see where we're going. Let's go and have a look at some zebras at Tau. We haven't spent long at Tau today. I like it at Tau. Let's go and see what's happening. And there was a huge elephant mimbling about, having some lunch in the pan as well earlier. My homework, Jeff, I've actually typed research Hammonocop, but I'll know what that means. Ah, look, there's an elephant and some zebras and some waterbuck. Research Hammonocop secondary call that sounds like grinding or like Karen's knee. There we go. That's my homework. But I don't discount that at all. That would actually make complete sense. I am back tomorrow. You are stuck with me for one more day, I'm afraid. And I will be heavily investigating your... Look at that elephant dust bathing over there. That big boy is having a blast. Can we get into that elephant? Erica, oh no. You're not going anywhere, Kelly. Thanks again for your interesting rambles. They most certainly are rambles, Erica. We've had some great conversations today, though. I've really, really enjoyed it. From me slightly dancing around on somewhat sensitive topics, all the way through to why animals do anything, which again is a pretty broad one. But look at that big boy back there. You see, this is where these elephants get their colour from. He's going to be white by the time he's finished this, covered in that calcrete. And look, this is a big old bull, hey? But look how battered his tusks are. He's seen some action, this boy.
My heart is pounding at the moment.
We are here in one of the best places in the world to see tigers.
Wild Earth has launched a special fundraising drive for our non-profit, the Wild Earth Impact Foundation. We're raising funds to source, create, and showcase thousands of untold stories. Stories that spark real action in conservation and social impact. Visit our website to donate and explore how you can become a founding donor. into nature with Wild Earth. Immerse yourself in the wilderness and become part of the natural landscape. Watch as everything comes alive. Join us as we slow down our thoughts, put aside our distractions, and reconnect with the wild. Every month, something wild lands in your inbox. From rare sightings and behind-the-scenes secrets to expert stories, seasonal changes, and exclusive travel opportunities, the Wild Earth Journal is your free monthly mailer, packed with the magic of the wild straight from the field. It's fun, it's free, it's full of surprises. Sign up now on the Wild Earth website.
Years ago, I'd been taking photos on game drives with just like a little point and shoot. Yellow-billed stork. Just checking my workings. And I got a SLR camera, and I would occasionally take it out on game drive, and I took it out quite a lot. That's a big elephant there, you. And I remember the sighting that stopped me or made me decide to not really care too much about wildlife photography, and it was in the Cyber Sands, and it was a pack of wild dogs chasing a leopard up a tree, and I did not get one single photo of it. Not one. It was all just blurry, blurry. But I missed the entire sighting. I didn't get a chance to see it. I didn't get a chance to appreciate it, and I ended up with loads of pictures of grass and a couple of blurry spots. And I think that exact moment made me go, you know what? I think I'm going to leave it. Lucy Cordy, what is the population of zebras at Madikwe? I've got no idea. I don't know. I'm not sure when they last published a game census. It's strong, but I'm not even going to guess at a number. I could look it up online, but and I can, but I'm sure it will probably be in Madikwe's most recent published details of game censuses. So I'm not even, and maybe I will guess. Oh, wait, zoom. Oh, it's a pig. It's a warthog. I thought it was a brown hyena then. I got all excited. It's a warthog. In the middle there, that's it. I thought that was a brown hyena. I'm going to guess at the most recently published zebra numbers for Madikwe Game Reserve. I'm going to say 2,000. That's probably going to be a ridiculous guess, but I'm going to go and find out what numbers have been published by Madikwe. My guess is 2,000. So anyone else, you're welcome to guess, but not cheating. You're not allowed to just Google it and guess, because we can all look things up like that. But I'm going to guess 2,000. I'm going to go away and find Madikwe's game most recently published, so not the most recently published game census numbers for Madikwe Game Reserve. Wildlife Lady. It is a gorgeous scene here. Oh, there's a crocodile there as well. I didn't even notice the crocodile. Wildlife Lady. And I'm sorry, FC, I made you stress. I got excited that it was a brown hyena. What a fabulous show. Nothing to do with me, just the interesting sightings we've had and the fabulous conversations we've had and discussions that have been thrown around. I've really, really enjoyed it. Okay, Dark Main Lover, you're going to, I'm gonna make a note. Dark Main Lover is going 2,500. Come on, anyone else? We've got 2 minutes left, 3 minutes left. Dark Main Lover, 2,500. Come on, everyone! Last chance to get your, without cheating, Madikwe Zebra numbers in. Mim Smith, 2001. That's very specific, but I'll take it. Mim Smith, 2001. Okay, you're all going to have to come back tomorrow now to find out. Raw, you've loved watching the brown snake eagle. I also really, really enjoyed that sighting. Coming from Dorset, you were never very impressed with birds until you came to Africa, and that changed everything, right? I was the same. I grew up in Surrey, but there really is some pretty impressive stuff here in South Africa. Karen's saying 4,000. I hope you're not all listening to me, because I might be woefully off, despite the fact I've been there and worked there. Super Mongoose, 1,800. Brilliant name. Super. I'm literally. Oh, you've all got such long names. Super Mongoose. That's spelled really badly. 1,800. Brilliant guesses, everyone. You would all have to return tomorrow, same time, same place. Wildlife Lady, 3,400. Erica Oldnote, 1,900. Brilliant, brilliant guesses, everyone. I'm going to screenshot that. That would have been an easier way of doing it, wouldn't it? And thank you all so much for joining us this afternoon. What an absolute pleasure. We will hope to see you all back again, same time tomorrow.